Welcome, music lovers. Today we're diving into the life of John Henry Bonham, the powerhouse drummer of Led Zeppelin. Known for his thunderous beats and innovative style, Bonham's influence on rock music is legendary. Tragically, his untimely death in 1980 marked the end of Led Zeppelin, leaving an indelible void in the music scene. We'll explore Bonham's journey from a small-town boy in Redditch to becoming the heartbeat of one of the greatest rock bands ever. Discover the highs and lows of his career, his personal struggles, and his lasting impact on the music world. If you love rock history and untold stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. Let's get started. Nestled in the heart of England, in the industrious town of Redditch, Worcestershire, a legend was born on the 31st of May, 1948. John Henry Bonham, who would one day be known as the thunderous force behind Led Zeppelin, began his life in a world far removed from the glamour of rock and roll. From a tender age, young John was captivated by rhythm. At just 5 years old, he fashioned his first drum kit out of a bath salt container and an assortment of pots and pans, a humble beginning for a boy whose name would later resonate in concert halls worldwide. By the age of 10, John's passion for percussion was undeniable. His mother, recognizing the burgeoning talent within her son, gifted him his first real snare drum. It was a pivotal moment that would set the course for John's future. Despite the siren call of music, John remained grounded in his roots. He worked diligently with his father in the building trade, a testament to his down-to-earth nature and strong work ethic. Yet the drum kit his father bought him was a beacon that lit the path to his destiny. As the Beatles era dawned, John honed his craft, his heart beating in time with the jazz greats he idolized, Gene Krupa, Joe Morello, and Sonny Payne. Their flair and showmanship left an indelible mark on him. Yet it was his own hard-hitting style that would soon capture the world's attention. The local bands of Worcestershire were John's proving grounds. Night after night he poured his soul into every performance, each beat a step closer to his fate, and as we know, destiny has a way of setting the stage for greatness. But how did a builder's son become rock royalty? In the burgeoning era of rock and roll, a young John Bonham was laying down the foundations of what would become a legendary career, not in the studios or on the stages where his name would echo for decades, but in the quiet English town of Redditch. Inspired by the jazz drumming greats of his time, Gene Krupa, Joe Morello, and Buddy Rich, Bonham began to cultivate a style that was uniquely his own. These icons of rhythm and groove instilled in him a flair for the dramatic, a penchant for stick-twirling showmanship that would become a hallmark of his performances. Yet, it was not mimicry that Bonham sought. He absorbed the essence of his heroes' techniques and distilled them into something more potent, more ferocious. He developed a hard-hitting style that would come to define rock drumming, a style that was both thunderous and precise, powerful and swift. His approach to the drum kit was akin to a sculptor with clay. Every strike, every roll, every crash shaped the sound that would catapult Led Zeppelin to the zenith of rock history. As we listen to the tracks that shook the world, it's Bonham's drumming that often leads the charge, unrelenting, dynamic, and utterly irreplaceable. Bonzo was not just keeping time, he was writing it, his sticks penning the indelible rhythm of a generation. In the whirlwind year of 1968, the musical landscape was forever altered with the formation of Led Zeppelin, a band that would redefine the boundaries of rock and roll. At the heart of this revolution was John Bonham, a drummer whose power and intensity were unmatched. From the moment he joined the band, it was clear that Bonham was not just a member. He was the backbone, the very pulse that drove the group's sound to new heights. Led Zeppelin's rise to fame was meteoric, with each album release showcasing Bonham's unparalleled skill behind the drum kit. His ability to blend speed, power, and a nuanced understanding of rhythm helped cement the band's place as rock legends. Bonham's drumming was not just heard, it was felt, reverberating through the very soul of the audience. Tracks like When the Levee Breaks and Kashmir were testament to his genius, his thunderous beats laying the foundation for some of rock's most iconic songs. Off-stage, Bonham's passion for speed found another outlet, fast cars and motorcycles. His love for high-speed vehicles was well known, a reflection of the intensity he brought to his music. This need for speed was more than a hobby. It was a parallel to his approach to life and music, fast, fearless, and always pushing the limits. As Led Zeppelin soared to the apex of rock fame, Bonham's drumming continued to be a driving force behind their success. His bandmates recognized this, with Jimmy Page once remarking, "No one could ever replace Bonham. He was Led Zeppelin," a statement that encapsulates the irreplaceable nature of Bonham's talent and his crucial role in the band's legacy. Yet, amidst the fame and the accolades, Bonham remained grounded, his love for the simple thrill of speed, a reminder of the man behind the legend. Behind the thunderous applause and the roar of the crowds, John Bonham faced personal battles that stood in stark contrast to his onstage persona. As the heartbeat of Led Zeppelin, his life was a cacophony of fame and pressure, a relentless tempo that he marched to both on and off the stage. Bonham was known for his wild antics, his love for the drink, a habit that began as part of the rock and roll lifestyle, but gradually spiraled into a struggle with alcohol. This battle with the bottle was a stark counterpoint to his explosive performances, a private war that raged quietly in the shadows of his public triumphs. Despite the image of the quintessential rock star, Bonham's heart yearned for a simpler life, a desire to return to the tranquility of his roots. He once confided to friends that he suffered from panic attacks before every concert, a revelation that peeled back the veneer of the invincible rock god to reveal a man grappling with the weight of his own legend. In the throes of Led Zeppelin's success, Bonham remained the man who preferred the bricklaying and decorating learned from his father to the excesses of fame. Yet the lure of danger, epitomized by driving his drag racing car at 240 miles per hour, hinted at a complex character who balanced a love for adrenaline with a longing for the mundane. As we remember John Bonham, we see not just the icon but the man, a man who, despite his extraordinary talent, was not immune to the trials that accompany a life lived in the searing spotlight of stardom. On September 25, 1980, the world of rock music was shaken to its core with the tragic passing of John Bonham, the heartbeat of Led Zeppelin. After a day-long bout of binge drinking, Bonham's life came to a sudden and devastating end, a loss that reverberated through the hearts of fans and the corridors of music history. John Bonham passed away at the age of 32. The circumstances of his death were a tragic consequence of his heavy alcohol consumption. On the day before his passing, Bonham had been rehearsing with Led Zeppelin at Bray Studios for an upcoming tour in North America, the band's first since 1977, which was scheduled to start in October 1980. During the rehearsals, Bonham consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. According to reports, he had been drinking heavily throughout the day. After the rehearsals, the band retired to Jimmy Page's house, the Old Mill House in Clewer, Windsor. It was there that Bonham went to sleep after consuming more alcohol. Tragically, John Bonham was found dead the next day. The cause of death was asphyxiation from vomit. He had choked in his sleep. The coroner's inquest recorded a verdict of accidental death. Led Zeppelin, a band that had climbed the highest peaks of rock and roll, found themselves grappling with an unimaginable decision. The loss of Bonham was not just the loss of a drummer, it was the loss of a brother, a vital force that had driven their music to unparalleled heights. In the wake of his passing, the band's record label released an official statement, a message that carried the weight of their grief. We wish it to be known that the loss of our dear friend and the deep sense of undivided harmony felt by ourselves and our manager have led us to decide that we could not continue as we were. It was a statement that marked the end of an era. Led Zeppelin, a band that had defined a generation, could not envision a future without the man who had laid down the foundation of their iconic sound. Bonham's death was not just a personal tragedy. It was the closing of a chapter in the annals of rock and roll, a reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring impact of a legend taken too soon. In the aftermath of tragedy, the true measure of an artist's impact is seen not only in the silence they leave behind, but in the echoes of their influence that continue to resonate. John Bonham, a colossus of rock and roll, left an indelible mark on the world of music, an influence that transcends time and genre. His innovative techniques and distinctive style have become a blueprint for drummers seeking to capture even a fraction of his explosive energy and nuanced rhythm. Bonham's approach to the drum kit, characterized by his powerful bass drum work, intricate patterns, and the legendary Bonham triplets, has been meticulously studied by aspiring and established drummers alike. It's a testament to his genius that, decades after his passing, his solos, particularly the iconic Moby Dick, remain a rite of passage for drummers, a mountain to climb in the pursuit of greatness. Beyond the technical, Bonham's legacy is also one of passion and intensity, qualities that burn bright in the memories of those who witnessed his performances. His ability to elevate the drum kit from a mere rhythmic backbone to the driving force of Led Zeppelin's sound has inspired countless musicians to view their instruments in a new light. Among peers and fans, Bonham is frequently cited as one of the greatest drummers of all time, a title that speaks volumes about his impact. From modern rock bands to solo artists spanning a myriad of musical genres, the reverence for Bonham's craft is universal. Quotes from fellow musicians often reflect a mix of awe and admiration, underscoring the void his passing left in the music world. Yet it is perhaps in the enduring love for his music that John Bonham's legacy finds its most powerful expression. In the thunderous beats and rhythms that continue to inspire and electrify, Bonham's spirit lives on, a reminder of the man who, with a pair of drumsticks in his hands, could make the earth shake. As we look back on his life and career, we are reminded that while legends may leave us, their music, their passion, and their influence are immortal. As we close the chapter on the remarkable journey of John Bonham, the thunderous heart of Led Zeppelin, we invite you to delve deeper into the legacy he left behind. Explore Led Zeppelin's discography, immerse yourself in the power and precision of Bonham's drumming, and experience firsthand the magic that changed the course of rock and roll. If this journey through the life of one of rock's greatest legends has moved you, we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to Melodic Memoirs. Your support helps us bring these tales of inspiration, struggle, and triumph to more music lovers just like you. Together, let's keep the legacy of rock legends alive for generations to come.